Let's get started.
It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas.
Good morning!
Is it?
Sam's back.
That's the only good thing.
Monday.
Monday.
But I don't hear myself.
It
so.
is.
none of
No,
us
you
don't care where it
can't.
goes.
It's
No.
October 30th.
We're in a
That's pretty funny. So should I just take my
You
headphones
don't-
off?
yeah.
Yeah, you don't need
Where's
them. I
up?
mean, we're not in our regular studio. Our regular studio, the
I
main
can hear
studio
you
went down,
good.
so we're in a backup auxiliary studio.
We're in a closet together.
Okay, wait.
It
let's
kind of
just-
sounds
and
like that in my headphones.
We can't hear anything. There's
Yeah.
no headphones,
So
nothing.
it's Monday, October 30th of 2023. It's the whole gang. Sam is back from her trip with her fam jam to Hawaii. So it's Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. And over the weekend, our main control room had some major problems. So we're in the sub control room. But this is going to be
like
so
that.
strange because when we put our headphones on, that's the signal to not say bad words.
I know.
This is the raw feed room.
Uh-oh.
What if we do
know.
raw feed, Roula and Ryan
I don't even know
show?
where the dump button is in case there's a bad word.
There is not.
Oh,
Oh
geez.
no
my
dump button in here?
gosh. You're kidding,
Uh-oh.
right?
I might have to run to the next studio to do
Okay,
it.
so-
like literally,
But that control board shut down.
I know it's a different piece of equipment.
No, wait, hold on.
Should we just vote? Should we just go home?
Yeah, I think we should just do like a
The
best of
AC's
show.
broken.
Yeah,
Let's
this is-
see, we can't hear ourselves.
I was thinking
It's a
yesterday,
joke.
I got the note. I said, what if we tried to do COVID way? What if we, because I just broadcast from home for 4 months.
I know.
Could we have done it that way where Sam is the only one here and hit
yeah,
the
Sam,
button?
traffic is light. We can all get in our cars and make it back by the next
Should we
break.
try it? I could try it.
Oh, believe me, if I go home, I'm not turning it on. I'm done.
Sam, can you hear
Go to
us
bed.
right now in your headphones? Or
I
no?
can, yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
hear us in the
That's good.
headphones.
Yeah.
But now we've done
So
the
you
hard
know
work.
if the volume sounds okay.
We've gotten up early, Rilla, so that's what sucks.
My
Oh,
question
honey, I can
is,
still make my life work if I just went home. That's fine.
Should they have
take the
not
kids to
maybe
school? They'll be so happy.
check to see if this room's working, if we're actually going to be broadcasting in it?
No,
I guess that's
I don't
asking
know.
too much.
I have no idea.
So
whatever.
I just feel like we're gonna have to ride this airplane for as long as the gas lasts, and then
Yeah.
we'll be like, "Oh, it's 6:45."
I don't ever want to be on one of those flights.
Yeah.
This is your captain speaking. We're going to ride this plane until the gas
is
runs out.
I mean, that's kind of how it feels like, right?
Yeah.
Big Halloween weekend over the weekend, and now we have such nice, amazing cold weather. Yesterday, I kept going outside every 30 minutes, like, "Is it colder yet? Is it colder yet?
happening.
It's happening! The fall weather is coming." So it's so nice outside. If you've not been outside yet, it's nice and cool and crisp and cold. Definitely need a jacket. And it's going to be one of those days, and then it's going to continue on until tomorrow.
Like Kevin said,
at
today's chilly weather because when your tire pressure.
Yeah, my lights came on.
Light came on.
The little orange light
One
says
tire
your
says
tire
29.
pressure.
Others are all
Yeah.
31, 30. I'm like, uh-oh.
And then by the weekend, it's going to be in the 80s again.
Is it?
Well,
Yep.
You know.
Oh, wow.
It's not here to last. Never is.
No, that's true.
Okay.
But I saw
well.
it snowed in Denver, and I'm like, if it's this cold here, what's it like above us, like Chicago? And
Well, haven't they?
I haven't looked.
I think yesterday when we were looking at the weather, my in-laws live in Dallas, and it was like the same temperature in Dallas yesterday that it was in Cleveland, Ohio. And
Really?
Ohio gets really
Yeah.
cold. It was the same temperature in Dallas as it was in Cleveland.
Isn't it
man.
mind-boggling that like 3 weeks ago, it was 109 degrees?
What are you talking about? Yesterday we were
Yesterday was
sweating to
90
death. It was 97.
Yeah, it was
it
like
felt like it
90.
was 97 in the daytime, in the morning. It's like, yeah,
Now
it's
here
crazy.
we are. It's
So
51
anyway,
degrees.
Today is Roula and Ryan's Roses Update Monday, so at 7:20 we'll be checking in on that. If you missed what happened last Thursday, we're going to recap you, and then we'll have an update. And just Halloween fun shenanigans. I went out this weekend. I saw a lot of people were out this weekend. It was the big. Is my mic even on? I think I hit it by accident.
No, your mic is on.
Yeah, the red light's
No,
on.
it was the big weekend, and we're going to ask the question at 7:00. Anybody get arrested in their costume?
Yeah, get arrested or maybe some major drama. Like
Yeah.
got a bouncer had to take you out.
Oh, yeah.
Like Little Bo Peep and her sheep.
That'd
got
be like
kicked
the
out.
worst, though. Could you imagine
man.
your
Who
cup?
shows up in that costume, Eric?
Oh, I bet there's like a
that
group
giant
of,
dress with the staff or the sheep.
and they all
sheep
those
herder
blow up
stuff.
sheep, those sheep outfits you can
I've
wear.
seen a lot of those costumes where people wear the inflatable things, like the inflatable dinosaur.
They did in Hawaii. Did they embrace
Halloween.
Halloween? Or
I
is it
didn't
'cause
see
it's so
anybody. Yeah, I didn't see anybody dressed up.
When did you get back, Sam? Yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday morning around 8:30 a.m.
Oh,
Wow,
you're
so
still-
for you, it's still
That's like
Hawaii
three,
time.
Yeah, it was
We're going to
time
bed now.
difference? What is it, like 8
5
hours?
hours.
5 hours difference?
Five-hour time difference.
How was
yeah.
Santiago on the flight back? On the flight over, it looked like he was good.
He was really, really good on the flight. But of course, he got a cold right before we were traveling.
Oh, damn.
Like, of course. Poor little thing. So he was coughing the whole entire time. But he did really good on the flight back and there. And then when we got home, he was like, he did really, really good. But then, of course, like at 11 p.m., it was like, that kid
You're not going to bed, Mom.
Nope.
I'm awake now.
Nope.
Let's
Yes.
go. I'm in Hawaii still. We're going to be up all night with this party. Where's my surfboard?
Oh my gosh. So Mark really, he's the champ this morning because I was like, dude, I can't. Like, I need to get back into my schedule. You can at least push your morning calls back
What
a
is
little
the
bit.
time difference there? Are you like 5 hours earlier or later?
Later. 5 hours later.
So right now it's 11 o'clock in the morning there.
No, later.
No,
later.
it's,
No, backwards.
It's 1 a.m.
Oh,
1 a.m.
okay, gotcha.
Later.
5 hours.
Because if you go
later.
too far, then it goes the other way.
Yeah.
Then you're ahead.
Right.
In Greece, when I go to Greece, it's 8 hours ahead. So when I land there, it's
Like
the next day
Australia's
already.
ahead.
Oh, wow.
Australia, you lose
Yeah.
2 days. You're in the
Yeah, no,
air
you
for a
go
whole day. You just
back.
lost it.
Oh, gosh.
I went 4th of July one time, Sam, and the captain goes, well, for the Americans on the flight, happy Independence Day. We just flew through 4th of July. It was so weird.
That's
Because I was on the
trippy.
third, we landed on the 5th.
You could look down and see fireworks happen.
No, a little too high.
America,
I was
you
just
get-
here way too high for that.
Yeah, when I was in on a cruise, remember New Year's cruise, you could see just certain areas at midnight. It's pretty cool. Just doing
different, like fireworks and stuff?
throughout different areas. It's pretty cool.
Okay, well, let's see if the next button works.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen
As
today?
we,
These are the best type of shows when you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
No idea what's going on.
We do have Scoop coming up next. Obviously, sad news over the weekend with the passing of Matthew Perry. A lot of celebrities talking about their relationships with him and just bringing the forefront to what disease addiction is and how it affects your whole family. So, of course, we'll recap that. And here's your official weather for today. Nice
When
and
you
chilly.
walk outside, this is pretty much going to be it for the whole day. It's going to be a high of only 53. Right now, 50 degrees and 6:06 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. And okay, 6 o'clockers, it's nice and chilly this morning. Probably gets you in the festive mood for the holiday season. If you are on Instagram enough, you have been bombarded with November 1st. Christmas trees are going up because everybody is just ready.
It's too much.
Yeah, so
I love
Space
it.
Center Houston has something really fantastic happening, and I figured it's nice and cold outside. Let's give you a chance to win this. It's a 4-pack of tickets to Space Center Houston's Galaxy Lights. It runs November the 12th until January the 1st, and it's a really beautiful, fantastic night out. You can take your family or some friends to just go enjoy some holiday seasonal lights. If you are caller 5...
We'll make it easy. Since we're in this room,
If you're caller 5...
we got to do it all in here.
At 713-390-KRVE, you are going to have a chance to go to Space Center Houston's Galaxy Lights. Caller 5. And for those just tuning in, welcome to your Monday. We are broadcasting from a hybrid studio where we can't hear anything.
What's our backup studio?
It's
So
our
the main
raw
studio.
feed studio, Ryan, which is very dangerous because in the raw feed we say whatever we want, and we don't use headphones, and we're not using headphones. So if an
Because-
F-bomb flies, it's not our fault.
We cannot
Don't do it.
hear anything
Don't
right now.
do
So we're just
it.
basically,
Yeah.
it's 5 friends talking in a room.
Exactly.
And that's it.
And that's what we're doing. And speaking of friends, of course, you probably saw this. And I mean, a lot of people say you'd be under a rock if you hadn't heard
I
this yet.
immediately, when this came across, the first person I thought it was you, and how
Aw,
devastating
thanks,
this
Ryan.
must be. and the first thing that came to mind is like, damn it, he lost the battle.
Well, I haven't said what it is yet, but it's Matthew Perry passing away, of course. And that was the big news on Saturday night. For a lot of people getting ready to go out maybe on Saturday night to go see family, friends, or have a party, this came across your phone that Matthew Perry, at the age of 54, drowned at his house. Now, listen, I follow Matthew Perry. Of course I do, because I'm a Friends fan. And the last post that he had I remember when I saw the post last week, it was of him in the hot tub. He's on the corner of the hot tub, in his hot tub on the corner of it, and he has the skyline behind him. And I forgot what the posting was. Let me read the posting. But I thought, wow, that's funny. I wonder who it is that's actually taking the picture of him. I always think that
yeah.
because he would post
wow.
pictures like that of himself a
Yes.
It's
lot.
not a selfie.
And
Right.
because it definitely wasn't a selfie, and I was wondering, I was like, wow, I wonder who.
Because I doubt he's doing like the selfie timer. That's what
Right.
I do for some of my photos, but I
Oh, you
can't
do?
picture him. That's how like Mark and I, the picture of us in the pool in Mexico, or I'm sorry, in Hawaii. I don't know why I said Mexico. Why you picked that? Find the photo, Rilla.
I got it. I got it. It's
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, you just put a little timer. I can show you guys.
Oh,
Yeah, but don't you have to have like a tripod or something set up?
No, I just used there was like props, like a drink or something. You can just put it on the back and then use your phone.
Because
You know,
this
the
says,
first
"Oh,
thing-
so warm water swirling around makes you feel good?" Question mark. I'm Matt Man. He was doing this whole thing on his Instagram about Matt Man to Batman, and he was going to be part of. I don't really know what he was going to be a part of. Maybe some Batman fans know, because everything he had been posting
he
up to
had
that
the Batman
point
logo.
was the Batman logo. Like he was going to be part of DC Universe somehow.
Oh, maybe it was an
Anyway.
animated feature. The first thing that came to mind, and nobody knows the details yet, this is how Whitney Houston passed.
Yeah,
Remember,
that's what I
she'd
thought,
had
too.
like a drug overdose and then fell asleep in the tub face down and drowned.
Well, according to the police reports, there was nothing to show that there was any drug paraphernalia other than his prescription stuff that he actually was prescribed for his issues. And if you remember, we were talking about him in his book tour when he talked about how he should be dead because
Right.
of all the drugs that he has taken in his life and how he needed so many drugs to keep himself alive. He really made it his mission to talk to a lot of people about this disease called addiction. And, he said that the first time he went to rehab, even though he had to go like, I think 19 times to rehab, the first time he went to rehab, this guy was talking to him and he goes, well, yeah, it's not your fault, man. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, of course it's my fault. I'm the one that's doing this to myself. He's like, no, you have a disease. It's not
You
your
were in
fault. Like,
pain
you can't
initially
control this
to
disease.
begin
Oh,
with.
wow.
Something led you to that point because you were so unhappy. Maybe you had, a lot of people don't realize that there's so much mental illness out there and people are looking for ways to escape that pain. And then they find something and it does feel good at first. And then all of a sudden your life spirals out of control.
Well, I don't know if that was mental illness at 14. He said that's the first time he had wine, and he felt so amazing. He thought this is how people feel all the time without wine.
Oh, man.
And from when he was 14, he started drinking a lot. So all those early shows, like last night, Eric texted me that Nick at Night was doing this really cool thing. And I was like, oh, let me turn it on. Because Nick at Night always has friends on, but they did this entire montage of all the ET stories in the history of Matthew Perry's acting career.
And they got that
From
together really
Growing Pains
fast.
Oh, they
to
probably
Boys
had
Will
it
Be
ready.
Boys to St. Peter. Yeah, they probably did have that ready from the last time when they thought he was going to overdose.
That's
He
true.
was in the hospital for 5 months, like near death. And so, he said that he was always drinking all the time, and he made a deal with himself when he got friends. He said that he prayed to God to make him famous. And he said, you can do whatever you want to me, just please make me famous. 3 weeks ago, he got friends. 3 weeks later, he got friends. And his joke was, well, God didn't forget the other part of my beg.
Wow.
Because of the addiction. And he
That's-
said that he promised himself he would not do drugs while he was on the set of Friends. He would show up raged out, hungover, but he would not drink or do drugs while he was recording with them. And so it was like on the off times that he would, so that's why they all
And so
knew.
you feel like, oh well, I'm showing up sober, but you're really not because the
Yeah.
after effects it radically changes your
shaking and all
personality
that
so
stuff.
Yeah.
and it just mentally it changes your personality so much. Serotonin, dopamine levels drop and go through the roof.
I'm really kind of like, now that I've seen those stories since his book came out, now that everyone's like concentrating them because of his death, you got to think that that's pretty remarkable for the other five to not, I'm not saying they never had a fight, but to not resent him or have publicly talked about how they got so mad at him on set. Because when you are an ensemble, if somebody's coming in all the time shaking because they're hungover and yeah, I can do it, doesn't it stress out everybody else?
Maybe that's why he said Jennifer Aniston was the only one that really
reached out to him
and
afterwards.
Maybe the other ones love him, but they're like, we've
Yeah,
tried.
you put us through hell.
Because
It's a
you
lot
do.
of-
Yeah.
You reach this level of frustration. People in my family that I have loved my whole life that have these problems, and you help and you help and you help, but after a certain amount of time, you can only be crapped on so many times before
Right.
you finally say, I got to look out for me. I got to walk away.
If he spent $9 million of his own money,
Yeah.
just to get sober, how hard is that?
It's very hard.
Wow.
That's got to be impossible
he
for most.
said that he alienated everybody in his family. Like everybody
about
who
the
loved
people
him.
that
All the
don't-
relationships were destroyed.
Think about the people that don't have resources like that. Most people don't have $9 million to seek treatment.
But doesn't that tell you what a beast addiction
Yeah, that's
is?
what I'm saying.
That $9 million, you still struggle with it to this very last day.
For him to say he doesn't want to be known as Chandler, like he
How
doesn't-
can you say that? That was
like when he dies, he doesn't want people to talk about Chandler first.
what?
He wants to be like known as someone that.
Was that on the ET clip last night?
I just read today that he does.
But you
like, he
just
doesn't
prayed to God that you could be famous, and you're famous for that.
And you brought so much happiness.
Yeah,
so much
joy.
happiness to.
But how hard is it going to be for you to watch Friends right now?
I watched it last night.
No, it doesn't bother me. Ever since his book came out, it has not bothered me.
Everybody's
It was
posting
fine.
that same still frame of Joey in the chair by himself looking in an empty chair. I keep seeing that.
Oh,
one
I haven't seen that
all
one.
over my feed.
I've seen the one where Joey comes back into the apartment and hugs him from the back.
Yeah, yesterday, right after they did that, they did the episode where he went to Joey's tailor.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
In prison.
That's how they do pants in prison. Have you seen that one, Sam?
They do the
He
inseam.
goes to Joey's tailor, and the guy, like, cups his junk.
He does the inseam. He takes it and then he moves it around, and then he does the other side and he moves it around. And Joey thought that was normal. He's like, what do you mean? That's how you do it.
That's how you
He's
do
like,
pants.
In prison.
He's like, oh my God, he violated me. Okay, one other thing I want to make a note about, talking about the passing of Matthew Perry. There's a thing in the articles today that Eric collected for us about why do we cry when someone we've never met dies? Because a lot of people cried when they heard that Matthew Perry passed away, or maybe it sinks into them. Maybe Friends is like their thing. What did we learn from the reunion of Friends? They showed clips from people around the world that were comforted by Friends in their darkest times, just watching that show.
30 million people a week watch that show. Now, you can't even get that for sports.
No.
Yeah, you can't
Sometimes you
even
get
Well, I
that
think
for a
the
football,
magic
like 20
word was
million.
comfort right there, because it's such a huge part of our lives. When we're stressed, when we're just we're beaten down by the day, we turn on something, we watch it, and it takes us to another
It's
world.
kind of like this show. People have texted us before and called
that
and
we
said,
help them in their dark times.
yeah, like you guys are our
Take them
friends.
right
I
off
love
their
that.
stress. So in this article, it says if you are experiencing grief as the news of what is basically a stranger's death is because you feel a connection to him. Whether you were hearing about the passing of a sports hero or a TV dad you wish you had had or your secret heartthrob, you feel a sense of loss because they made you feel something and now they're gone. Listen, after Matthew Perry's book came out, we were talking about all that stuff when he said he can't watch Friends because he knows exactly where in his addiction he was based on how much he weighed.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't. I love Friends. That's my stereotype here on the show. If there's somebody that represents the Friends love, it's me. But I look at it differently now because I've watched it for so long and I know so much about the show that it doesn't. Like I know, like Ryan, you said I was the first person you thought of, and I think I can see why. But I remember when I got the news of that, I wasn't like, I did not tell my husband right away because I didn't want to bum him out because he loves it too. And we were at a Halloween party. No, we were at a Halloween party. We were out. And I said, do I tell him this right now? Because that's a Debbie Downer at a party. Hey guys, guess what? Matthew Perry just died. I mean, you know what I mean? I just thought, we're just going to have this party, and then they'll see it later. And so somebody at the party's like, oh my God, Matthew Perry died.
Well, it's impossible.
you're like,
not
oh,
to.
man, I should-
Everybody's got a
Which is
phone.
fine.
Now do you guys see? Okay, so
I did that at dinner, by the way. I was supposed to tell my wife, and then I texted my ex-wife too. My wife wasn't happy about that. So we're at dinner with our family, and you text.
About Matthew Perry's death?
Yeah, because her and I grew up, like her and I went to high school
She's a
together.
part of your life. You just want to let her know that.
That's a topic for another
Remember
day.
a week ago, you guys were giving me so much grief because I had just come back from Los Angeles, and you're like, why are you in that cemetery with all those celebrities? That's why I was paying my respects to all these people that meant so much to me growing up, watching them on television, listening to their music, all those kind of things. And that's why we get so moved when a celebrity passes, because they represent the happier times of our life.
Even Adele stopped down her show in Vegas to say how when she was 12 years old, she had a friend that did the best Chandler Bing impressions, and he would always make them laugh, no matter how they felt. If he just imitated Matthew Perry, they were so happy. And so then she's saying when we were young after that, it was really sweet. So anyway, I guess
At least she didn't do the Friends theme song.
No,
That would have been
I
bad.
think so. Although I wouldn't mind having Adele sing
Somebody-
that, hearing her voice.
I finally got my text screen up because we're in this other studio. Because
Yeah, we're in a
the
sub
backup
studio. We
studio.
can't
we're
hear
in a
it.
closet. Basically, we're in shoulder to shoulder with each other.
And while you tell people this, I'm going to run to the restroom.
Yeah, this person said, I lost my wife recently to addiction, leaving me with 4 kids to raise as a single father battling stage 3 cancer. Started with simple pain pills and led to worse things. Addiction is real, obviously we know, and some people need help. So, I mean, right now,
Sorry, start that again? Start that again?
I lost my wife. His wife died
From addiction.
from addiction.
Oh my God.
And some people don't
And left
realize.
behind 4 kids.
Nobody ever
And
sets
he's
up.
battling stage 3 cancer.
Yeah. Now he's a single father
So you
battling
need
stage
That's
that
what I
person
was-
as your rock, and they're gone.
God.
That's what I'm wondering if they have stage...
He
Or
said left me alone
I think
battling
he
stage 3
has it.
cancer.
He's got cancer,
says he's battling. It looks like he has it.
and when
so.
you've got cancer like that, you
God
can't deal with
bless you.
stress. And imagine the stress of losing your wife.
Well, that's what's really scary, guys. Listen, I don't think I didn't think about this, right? Like, for any of us getting injuries, the way we've been getting injuries, like, especially with this 4-month chaos at my house with this ankle surgery, this is why they try to control your meds so tightly, because doctors have seen this for how many years?
Yep.
That somebody who's just, quote, normal, living their everyday life, gets an injury, and then they can't get off those pills.
You can't.
I thank God that I don't have that part of addiction in me. Believe me, I 100% believe I'm addicted to foods, but I do not have that addiction part of me, because I could tell when I got like the next refill, because I was in so much pain. I had asked them if they could give me anything else except for the major
heavy-
stuff, because they can't give you that major stuff.
Right.
That there was this nerve medication they gave me, and the second I didn't need it anymore, it did not help me anymore. It made me feel weird and kind of wacky, and I was like, "This is not helping me, my ankle at all. This is
But you
making my
gotta
head
wean
hurt.
off, you gotta taper
makes
off
my
a lot.
eyeballs hurt." I go, "I'm not going to take this anymore." So I just didn't take that nerve pill again. But I can see how so many people can't not take the nerve pill.
You don't
again
even
until
realize.
it's done. So anyway, God bless anybody who is struggling with somebody in their life that has addiction. And at some point, you got to draw the line. I don't know where that line is, but Matthew Perry passed away, 54 years old. We do not know if it is from actually something that made him drown, or did he actually have some cardiac thing because his body went through so
And
much.
TMZ, shame
We'll have
on
to
you.
Wait and see.
What'd they say?
They're taking photos of his parents, like, walking in, and their faces are just like,
Oh my
they're
God, they just
stunned.
lost
Well,
their
that's
son?
what TMZ
Because
does.
their son, his
unfortunately.
stepdad is the one guy
Clickbait.
with an awesome voice that does voiceovers. Morrison, what's
Oh,
his name?
yeah. He was
Keith?
Yeah,
No.
Keith Morrison. Wasn't he on TV last week
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
reason? I don't know
Yeah,
what
he
they
was.
were
He was
interviewing
reading.
him for.
He was reading Halloween stories.
That's his stepdad. So,
Oh, my God, I
So they're
didn't know
all there. Remember, his dad was an actor. He was in one
Yeah, he was in
episode.
Friends.
And he did Old Spice commercials. So yeah, they just TMZ's there taking photos of them. It's like, come on, let the people walk in and see their son. And
Unfortunately, that's
Sick.
what TMZ gets paid for, Eric. That's what they get paid for.
I know we're doing roundtable. I found this since Rose's update we're doing today. The professions most likely to cheat at work.
Professions most likely to cheat, like in
At work.
relationships.
At work?
So that
Okay.
means cheating with other coworkers.
Oh, da, da, da.
Let's see. What's a profession where people are cheated out of money a lot? I can think of one.
Well, it's not that. It's sexy time cheating, right?
Yep.
Not cheating you.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
monetarily.
If they're going to cheat
You're
you out of
putting
money,
both them together.
thinking
Together.
certain legal profession.
Well, I guess we'll get over that. I mean, we'll get through that list and figure that out next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
It's KRBE. Let's do it with more of the Roula and Ryan Show.
All right.
Well, all right. All right. It's like in Sync, Wonder Twins operate. Okay.
We're
So
taking a
Eric was
guess.
mentioning that there is a profession, more than other professions, that seem to make you a cheater.
Yeah,
Please explain.
The profession's most likely to cheat at work. They said because we spent a lot of time on Zoom and people were at home working, so they weren't cheating as much
Oh, that
with
makes
coworkers.
sense.
This is about coworkers who they're having affairs with. It's a new survey has found this number is pretty high. 43% of workers admit to having an affair with a colleague at work at some point in their life.
43%.
That might seem high, but it counts flirting. It goes like this: from flirting to threesomes.
Oh, my God.
That's a big jump.
Wow, that's really one big jump.
We were flirting, so I thought you were just going to bring your husband
I
in.
thought we've all
Maybe.
flirted before, but
Talk to Jane in
that's it.
accounting. Hey, you ever think about this?
What are you and George in engineering doing? Hey, want to hang out? Here's the top. Want to do top 5?
Yeah.
Number 5 for the top cheating, most likely to cheat.
Okay.
Hospitality and events management. But think about that. You're in hospitality, your events, you're working together late at night, doing big events. I could see that cheating there.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah.
But I would feel like,
For
wouldn't you
sure.
be so tired after the event?
But you
I'd
have
be
the
like, get
same,
away from me.
We have a free hotel because we
Yeah,
did the.
you have the same work schedule. This person's like by your side the
I didn't
whole
think
time.
about that. Okay.
Y'all bond over the chaos of
Camaraderie.
the job.
Gotcha.
Number 4 is transport and logistics.
Well, think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Transport and
Truck drivers.
logistics.
Yeah, but how do they do with
No, I'm
coworkers?
thinking transport logistics. I have a friend that does that. That's like a major number pushing job. Like you're in the office and you're doing all the logistics for all these different things. I don't
Oh,
see
is
how
that
that's
it?
very
Oh.
interactive.
I don't even know what logistics is.
Logistics
I hear those
is like,
commercials.
you need to
I
get
hear
17
transport,
tractor
though.
trailers to the same place, but make sure that each one of them has this many things inside. Logistics is going to be so many things under the umbrella.
Well, I guess they're cheating with coworkers.
Okay.
Number 3 was healthcare
Well,
workers.
yeah, we see enough Grey's Anatomy for that.
We know what goes in those
We know
supply
that linen
rooms.
closet. Where all the scrubs are.
All right, the top two. What do you guys want to take some guesses here
I'm
for
going
the
to
top
take a
two?
guess.
Just- you
I
could-
got to say lawyers.
All right.
I'm
What do you-
thinking some type of sales.
I'm going bars and restaurants. Is that hospitality, though?
One of you has the number one answer.
Okay.
It's got to be lawyers.
I'll start with number two. Teachers.
Whoa.
Teachers, really?
Whoa, teachers.
And number two would most likely to cheat at work.
Whoa, teachers.
So that's what's happening in the teacher's lounge?
Unfortunately, in
Yeah.
Texas, it has to do with the
Yeah,
student-teacher
a
situation.
good point.
Not a teacher-teacher situation, unfortunately.
And number one of you got the number one answer.
Which
It is...
Sales.
Yeah.
Sales.
I knew you kept looking at me. Because my husband does
think about
sales. You brat.
Outside sales, they're traveling all
I
the
hit
time.
myself.
He travels a lot, but good for him. If he can manage me and someone else,
And
God
a kid?
bless. And a
my
kid.
God.
Really? You're giving him his
Like-
blessing, Sam?
You just basically, by saying
said,
that,
Rilla, what
bless.
personality are you going to get with me?
you just gave him
You
permission right there. He's listening to this. He's like, oh, she doesn't seem to be mad about that.
No.
All right.
No, I'm just teasing that there's a lot going on. So
Now here's the least likely to cheat.
Okay,
Least
let's hear
likely.
that.
Number 5, media and internet. I don't know. I guess.
So is that us?
Yeah, that's us. Woo,
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, we're loyal.
Yeah. Those are those sales dirtbags.
Wow, apparently one side of the building's
you
a big
watch your
cheater.
mouth. You watch your mouth.
Den. And the other side, we're all like innocent.
Number 4 is creative arts and design.
Creative arts and
Because- is it
design. What
because
does
you
that
work
mean?
alone?
Design. That's what I'm
Nobody
saying. You
works with
can't
So,
cheat.
so you're
is
just sitting
this?
alone doing graphics on your computer.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. This is where texters are going to be like, yeah, right. Because number 3 is law enforcement and security. We always hear stories that people always say
Wait, that one says least likely to cheat?
least likely.
Law enforcement?
Because I'll say that, and I guarantee someone will text, no, that ain't true.
Okay.
Number 2, business, consulting, and management.
I'm thinking that's not true.
Consulting and
No, I can
management.
see why that's a low amount of cheat because nobody knows you.
Yeah. they
Nobody
don't-
knows you. And there's always that one guy in the office like, who's that guy? Nobody knows
What comes
you.
to mind
'Cause you're
is
the
that George
consultant.
Clooney movie, Up, where he's
Yeah, but-
traveling from town to town.
But he didn't cheat
He's
with the
a
coworkers.
firing consultant.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
wasn't
but
having
he-
affairs with any of the people in those offices.
Oh,
Right.
that's
Not
true.
one
This is
relationship
just
with those
about
people.
inter-office
He
cheating.
had an affair with that lady, but she wasn't
But they
part
met
of
on
this.
an airport lounge because they had the same life. They always travel.
Yeah.
They would just meet to.
And then he shows up at her house. What are you doing here?
Didn't know she was married.
Number 1,
Spoiler
least
alert.
likely to cheat, science and pharmaceutical people.
So you're saying,
Really?
what?
I think they're
Pharmaceutical
too
reps?
stressed
Are
out
you
to
kidding
cheat.
me?
I've
This
heard
isn't
this chaos with
pharmaceuticals, so that could be.
Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, reps.
No, it doesn't even say reps, it just says pharmaceuticals.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was
That could be the
gonna
people
say.
working in the pharmacy, right?
That's what I thought.
They're
at
too busy
first.
counting the pills, trying to.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They're gonna. I heard there's
That's a
gonna be a
lot of
big
pressure.
walkout.
Well, I've heard from the
The
stress
end
that
of
I've
this
seen
week.
in the news the last 3 weeks about being a pharmacist. There is no time to cheat because you are so strung out from just trying to get everything in order. You're overworked. You don't have time for lunch. That's why now they close them at like 12:30 to 1.
give
them, like, a
lunch break.
A sweet spot,
They didn't
right.
have them before. They would just eat through the lunch. And even now they say they still eat through lunch, even though the window is closed. There's so much stress going on in the pharmacy.
That's insane.
And plus, think about it. In some areas, pharmacies get broken into and smashed glass all the time.
Yep.
yeah.
You get these enraged people who might be on something.
Well, it goes all the way
wondering
back
why
to
you won't give them more drugs.
Addiction.
It's very
I mean,
dangerous.
You got to watch that movie Dope Sick on Hulu and then
still wanna see
Painkiller
that.
on Netflix.
And then there's one. What's the
Now
one we were
there's a
talking
new
about?
one, Pain Hustle.
Pain Hustlers.
Pain hustlers.
Pain Hustlers, yeah.
It was good. I gave it like a out of 10. I would give it like a 6.8.
I would say that the other two are
I thought
way
it was
better.
really good. I felt like I couldn't stop watching it. Like I couldn't turn because we flew in yesterday morning super early, and so we were sleeping. Mark and I were just being super lazy. Watched my Steelers lose, which was
yeah.
awful. And then
Well, they play the Jags. At least Jags are number 1, right?
I don't know. Are they?
In the AFC South, yeah.
Okay,
So at least you
I
got beat by.
Yeah, but still, it was just so frustrating. I'm like so tired and then I kept watching this, and then we had to do like bath time and food time and get ready for today. And I'm like, Mark, pause it. I'm like a pause queen.
Oh, so
I
you're
am
trying
the
to watch it?
worst person ever to watch a movie with because I pause. Like if I have to go to the bathroom, if I have to fill up my water cup, I'm always pausing the show.
Really?
Yes.
I watched.
I don't know, I always have to
finished
do
that
it.
one. Sammy talked about 2 wrestlers.
Yes. Did you
Is that
like
any
it?
good?
It's actually good. I mean, I like obviously wrestling.
I
and
don't like
storylines,
wrestling,
but
and I thought it was still really interesting. Ryan, I feel like you should binge this. Just like
Oh, I'll watch it.
when you have some, I don't know, because I don't think it's a top pick for you at all.
no, but it's just
But it's
it's
something
interesting to
easy
see
to
how
watch.
these people want to be famous. They want to
yeah.
be star wrestlers, and some of them just don't.
See, we've got different algorithms.
No.
for
Some
sure.
don't have it, but it was one of the top
They
shows. if you look.
totally think they have it, and it's like, no, dude.
Well, that's a question. Is
you don't.
everybody's top 10 the same?
I thought it was.
Like on Netflix?
For the top 10, Yeah, because it tells the top 10, not the ones that are recommended to you.
I think those are
Recommended's
different. Yeah, but I think the top 10 on Netflix are the same top 10 for everybody.
Okay. Venturing outside of Netflix, if you got Apple, and like I say, I know you don't have Apple. I'll give you my password, Sam. You got a password
right.
from everybody else on the show. Apple doesn't have a ton of shows, but the ones they have are amazing. And the one that I'm really loving right now is called Lessons in Chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
With Brie Larson.
You'd think Ryan's getting paid to endorse this thing.
I love this show.
Is this new marketing and radio?
Wait, hold on.
They pay you.
Product
and then-
placement.
I'll just
I'm
sprinkle
not
it
getting
in.
anything from this. Eric, you'd like it because you love Mad Men. And it's kind of got that Mad Men, it's around that time frame. It's actually set in the 50s.
You like it back when the woman was put down?
Yeah.
No, it's
Like those
actually
kinds of shows?
it's
When she's a
actually
woman?
just the opposite.
You said Lessons
She is
in
a
Chemistry?
brilliant woman, and it shows all the crap that she had to endure, how she wasn't taken seriously by the other scientists. And
That was like
it's
that
just so
all the way
good.
up to like 2000, and it's still going on.
Yes.
It's still like that.
Like, look at how many morning shows and radio where a woman's a lead.
A woman.
A woman, none. They don't. Well, it's maybe.
I love when we're listening.
They're starting to
I
pick
think I
up
know
on
like
it now.
maybe 15 out there.
I think when I got the Roula and Ryan
Maybe?
show, I think there were only 2 other ones.
But they're thinking like,
Mercedes.
okay, so you want to reach your
Actually,
your
At the time,
audience.
20 years ago.
Why
Wow.
would you not have a woman be
a
the
bunch
lead?
of shows I know, there was this bunch of dudes.
Woman.
I never understood that. They're like, oh, because women don't want to hear a woman talk.
I know.
That was the research behind it. Like, women don't like
Well, look at
hearing
who the
other women.
programmers were back then. Just a bunch of old cigar chomping guys. Yeah, see?
Well, this is a true story, and Sam, this might really make you fall out of your chair. But when I first
me
started
hold
in
on.
radio, and I thought, wait, what?
Hold on.
You said this
Hold
may
on.
fall.
When I
Sorry,
first
go
started in
ahead.
radio, Sam, there was it's called the midday shift, right? Like Sam's on till noon, then
Yes.
Audrey Rose comes in. That 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock window is called the midday shift in radio.
Mm-hmm.
There was a job that was looking for a new midday person. They wanted that person to be female. And somebody that knew me said, hey, you should try out for this job. This is when I was still answering phones, just really baby DJ. So I went to that radio station out of town to do this audition. And there was a book in the studio, and it had this whole like outline to how they do their breaks. And it said, by no circumstance will a female artist play back to back with another female artist. If you see that, you need to call this number.
Oh my god!
Like they thought people did not like hearing 2 female artists back to back. You cannot have a Katy Perry up against a Britney Spears or a Lady Gaga up against an Adele song. You cannot have
Weird.
2 female songs
Right.
in a row. All the men you want, but no female songs.
I remember
in a row.
that.
That was dumb.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
woman. We can't play another woman.
Oh my God, there's too many women. But by the way, our demographic is catching all the women we can.
But you can't play it.
It's so crazy. Okay,
Hey,
we're about to
time
get
for
into that.
KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like when we can't hear anything.
Yeah, we can't.
Oh, sorry,
Our headphones
sorry,
aren't working.
sorry.
We're in another studio.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, Rilla's
I
hurting.
keep leaving the room because I think I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, it's just gas. And I'm going to come back. I definitely have bathroom insecurity today, and I need to go home to my
And we're in
bathroom.
a room that is like twice, actually half the size.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, look, I can touch her.
Oh my God.
and then someone's like, turn
my
Rilla's
mask
mic up.
on.
They
I
said.
can't.
And we
I-
have Rilla's mic all the way up. Just use my mic.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll go
Can you hear
home.
me?
I don't mind taking a Monday off.
No, if anybody's going home, it's me because I need my own toilet.
We've all
I need my
had a
own
rough
toilet.
night. Okay, so if you commute on the Southwest Freeway, here's some good news. On Sunday, announced. I
Are you
can't
all
even
right?
read it.
We
They
can't
announced
read today.
All southbound main lanes in the West Loop have reopened. So the southbound exit to Chimney Rock is also opened, and that's been shut down for the last year. So southbound connector ramp from the Southwest Freeway.
Yeah, yesterday, because I had to go to the Heights,
Also reopened.
I had to pick up, since tomorrow we're wearing costumes.
Oh, are we?
Yeah,
I
I
was
gotta-
going to
gotta
text
say,
you
you gotta
guys
get-
and ask. Okay, cool. I have mine.
Yeah, I had to pick up my costume, and I saw that. I'm like, whoa, you can actually go towards Bel Air now from
Yeah, it's been
59.
closed for a year.
I wanted to do it just to get on it. More than a year. That was like a year and a half.
Yeah, you're like, well, I don't really have to go here.
I know,
I
it's
just want to experience the ramp.
because nobody was doing it. I'm like,
Now that
would
it's
I be one of the
open.
first? Wee!
Did you ever see where a ramp is partially torn down and you visualize, I wonder what it'd be like to break through that barricade.
Like Speed?
And just jump off it.
When he did that with the
don't
bus.
I never think that,
I think
Ryan.
we've watched too many movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so bad news in Conroe here. There's going to be outages planned today, and it's going to happen today and tomorrow in Conrad as
Why?
the power lines and the poles company in the area are doing upgrades. The outages will occur in stages, so individual customers should only be affected once during the week. Now, the statement said each night the scheduled outages start around 8 p.m. and they can last as long as 8 hours. Wow, that sucks. On Tuesday, the outages will start around
Sucks
10
for
p.m.
you, I guess. That's not really how the...
Ryan's like so surprised. Wow, that really
8 hours.
sucks.
Because when I hear an outage, when I hear an outage, I think like, oh, maybe 20, 30 minutes. 8 hours.
I know, but was that like the first time you read the story?
No.
Oh, wow. Dear God,
I
that's
love
not
a
good.
clickbait. I'm there with you,
Well, I'm
Ryan.
reading off a little phone instead of my computer screen. So.
It's called an iPad. That's not too
Well, I
small.
know, but it's a mini. Look how small that font is.
It's fine.
Yeah, just turn sideways.
Yeah, put those
that
glasses
is,
on.
That is tiny. Yeah, you need
You ever
like
do
the
that when you see real
bifocals.
pictures
Oh, it makes it even
of
smaller.
real
And you go like
photos,
this?
and then you start doing that thing with your
Just
fingers to try and make it
scroll
bigger?
in. Yes.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
a guy that kept doing that on the plane. He kept like, it was like he took pictures of these women by the beach and kept scrolling in on them, like zooming in. I'm like, bro, I can see you.
Ew.
Like, stop zooming in on these
Ew.
women that you
Creeper.
took pictures
Did you
of.
say anything, Sam?
No, of course
let
I
him know
didn't
you
say
can see it?
anything.
You're like, Mark, knock it off.
It was, yeah, right. Okay.
You know what cracks me up? When you see a baby doing that with a hard copy book and they're looking at the pictures and
Yeah,
they're
little
taking their
kids,
fingers
little-
trying to make the
Yeah.
So
actual
he'll be doing that in
picture get
another
bigger.
year or
He
two.
probably will. The only reason my baby crawls right now is to get to my phone.
Yeah.
He sees it and he's like,
amazing.
determined, like, I'm going to
Magical
get it.
escape.
I'm going to get
That
it.
glowing rectangle. Give me that
Yes,
glowing
I'm gonna
rectangle.
have to get like a phone case because I have a fake phone for him. He's not about it. I
Okay,
need to
so-
get like a phone case.
phone.
Coming up next, there are a lot of people going to parties this weekend, a lot of people in
yeah,
costumes. So
everywhere.
we're going to ask that question. Anybody get busted?
Well, did something happen where you had to unfortunately be in a police situation and you're in a costume?
But you didn't open up till maybe you got kicked out of a club, maybe a bouncer or something happened.
embarrassing and you're in the costume. 713-390-KRBE. Also, you are minutes away from the first keyword of the day to score Houston Ballet Nutcracker Market tickets. We're doing it at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. There's a special keyword we'll give you. You win 4 general admission tickets. It makes you a finalist for the $1,000 to spend there, and the 4 VIP tickets. We'll get you the keyword next on the Roula and Ryan Show.